guys, so this is the new project car for the channel. We're going to be working on it on and off, mostly after we get done with the Valiant over there. And it's going to be a kind of oddball engine swap, so stick around to find out what the engine's going to be. Alright guys, so for those that can't tell, this is an 83 Mercury Capri, basically the same as a Foxbody. I actually didn't want this shell, but it was something I found cheap. It's a rust-free shell. It was originally a V8 car. Being an 83, it was originally a bubble hatch, which I got rid of. I'm not much for a numbers matching guy if you guys haven't got that from the channel. Which, if you're new here, I mainly build kind of quirky niche, however you say it, things. So this is going to be an oddball engine swap. I've seen it done maybe once or twice, but I don't think anybody's ever done it with a trans that I'll be using, which I'll go ahead and say this car is going to be a power glide car, mainly because this car is a power glide car, so I can share parts. It's mainly going to be a street and track car. I don't want to put a full, like a 12 point like this car has in it. I'd like to stick with maybe just a hoop in the beginning. I kind of got inspired. It was between two engines that I wanted to use because, like I said, I'm just kind of a weird guy. I like building weird setups. There's a few engines that I've actually wanted to use that their platform that the engine come in, that being the rear end and the transmission selections, kind of withhold what the actual setup will do. And there's people that do build them as in the original chassis with like an automatic power glider 400, and there's also people that straight axle them, but I'm gonna keep that a secret. If you want to come check out the car, it's not really much to look at. The paint's kind of, somebody's tried to repaint it. It's no rust. It does have a crack in the floor pan underneath the driver's floor back in here, which is just a crack. You can't see it from anywhere. And the only kind of boo-boo on it is right here. Somebody's kind of put Bondo in it, but aside from that, it's fairly straight, fairly clean. Don't mean to pimp the merch, but this is one of the stickers that we've been working on, so the link for the merch will be in the description if you want to help the channel. So, I think I've made you guys wait long enough. We'll go ahead and throw the engine in and we'll talk about it. So this is it. It's not American, it's not Japanese, it's not British. If you guys don't notice, it's German. This is a M50 B25 non-Vanos BMW engine. What we actually plan to do with this car is to just kind of use the non-Vanos engine as a start, and then I've got some 2.8 engines over on the shelf. I don't want to show you all the clutter over there, but we're going to adapt Vanos to the non-Vanos head, which is apparently these heads are better. They got a larger valve package and dual valve springs on them. The Vanos that we're adapting is going to be single cam only, so intake cam only. And we're going to run a 2.8 crank instead of the 2.5. The harmonics are apparently a little bit better, while also giving you a little bit more displacement. This whole project is going to be kind of like a hand-me-down, used parts. Try to do something weird, cool, effective on a budget. So far, this engine here, I think I paid $150 for, and obviously it probably won't run because it's got the cam cover cracked and everything, but I've got 2.5 other spares over there in the cluttered mess that I also bought for $100. So these are kind of like the German version of a small block Chevy or an LS, where everything in the M50, M52, M54 kind of transfers. I'm still kind of a noob, so I don't want to try to get technical on the stuff. But I do want to say a huge shout out. Obviously I told you guys that this is getting a power glide in it. So there's a guy on YouTube, and his channel is kind of like mine, where he doesn't post a whole lot, but he does do probably a lot more knowledgeable things than I do, and he has some really good specs. He goes through a lot of really cool things. He builds all his own parts. But his name is SomeGuy325ES. I'll have that linked in the description for you guys that want to watch it. He's got a back-halved E30, so earlier BMW, and then he started out with a T56, I think. He made his own adapter plate, and then he switched over to a Turbo 400 to obviously try to maximize the combo. His is all back-halved. With this car, I feel like we should be able to use what the Foxbody is good at, which is just working out of box. This is hands down the best suspension you can get out of box for little to no money. So this is a V8 8.8 car, so it's already been swapped. It has single adjustable struts in the front. Obviously tube K member, I think you guys seen that earlier. I didn't mention it, but so I was originally looking for a Zephyr or a Fairmont. Obviously those go for a lot of money. This was a $1,200 shell. I don't know if I want to say that or not, because I don't know if I'll end up selling the car. This was a $1,200 shell, rust-free. I had to travel a little bit to get it, but in Michigan, that's really hard to find, rust-free. Capris seem to be a little less wanted. I don't really know why, but getting back around to it, I think this will be a really cool project to see what this platform will do in a good chassis where it will just bolt in. My plan was originally to use a K member. This is actually for SN95 and didn't fit very well, so I ended up using another spare K member that I had that was just a motor plate K member. I'll have to build my own mounts. The whole thought process behind that was if somebody else wanted to do the swap, I could sell mounts for it. Maybe later down the road, if there's interest in it, I will do that. The cool thing about it is that that guy on YouTube, his name's Perry, he sells the adapter plates, flex plate, everything to bolt it to a GM Trans. I've got literally just a Stifler's transmission mount in the back, so I'm gonna base that off of where the transmission should be, where the engine sets, and then we'll go from there. Now, I did have a adapter plate from the guy there on YouTube, but he's basically made two different adapter plates. One at a 30-degree lean, which is what this engine normally comes at, is a 30-degree slant, and one at a 20-degree slant. So more of a vertical engine will fit this platform better. You can fit a bigger turbo and stuff in it. Obviously I'm going to be running turbo. As being with the budget and hand-me-down project that it is, I'm going to use basically the old turbo, the old wastegate, the old blow-off valve off the other car from last year that we went ahead and changed everything on. Same goes with if I get a aftermarket case glide for that car, that transmission will come in and go on this. But for now, this is only going to be going on either A, when I get parts, or B, when this car is done. So that's kind of the go-ahead plan for 2021, is to get this car finished and to get this car started to work on, and then to finish up some other things and clean this stupid garage because it is just filthy in here. I also want to say thank you to Yankee Original Parts. It's a friend of mine. He actually parts out Mustangs, everything from like old model to late model stuff like SN95, S197s. He got me a couple things for the car, like the hatch, the rear bumper. He parts out cars, so he does have stuff for sale. I'll link that if you guys are looking for Mustang parts. I just wanted to give him a shout out because he helped me on some of this stuff. I'm a Foxbody noob, so I don't know that much about them, but I've always kind of liked the cars and the functionality of them, but I've just never owned one. So I don't want to hang on to you guys for too long. I appreciate you all watching. If you guys are interested in this project, please click the subscribe button. Like the video, comment what you want to see. Hopefully I can do it. Hopefully I can make you guys happy. And hopefully it's a better year in 2021. Thank you guys for watching.